Hi, I'm LifeChooser. I don't do gaming videos. I don't want you to subscribe to my channel, but this is what I had to do because there's been a rumour going around since Pokemon Go started. If you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no spawns, you can get anything. Just drop some incense, and every time a Pokemon pops up, it could be a Weedle or it could be a Dragonite. The two should be as likely as each other because everything is randomised. Now, I've watched plenty of videos from Reversal, Allier, and Trainer Tips, and none of them have managed to do that. They've not managed to get far enough away from a spawn point. I still have phone signal to be able to prove it, but I have, so I'm making a video. Come with me, I'll show you where I am and how we're going to do this. So we are 40 miles offshore, we're in the English Channel, on a massive ferry, and we have free Wi-Fi. I've got some incense, we've got plenty of Pokeballs, give us a couple of runs and see what we can catch. Hopefully we can put this myth to bed once and for all. Okay, so I'll start by explaining where we are and what the plan is. So we're just leaving Port Docks. Got some great stuff around, I'll point some of it out to you. Over here there's the historic dockyard where you've got like HMS Warrior, Nelson's flagship, Henry VIII's flagship and Mary Rose. And then you've got Spinnaker Tower. And between the two you've got this green boat here, that's the Gosport Ferry, which I'll point out because the other side, Gosport Ferry Port, is the best place in the UK for Pokemon. It's awesome. I've caught Chansey there, I've got Exeggcue, Scyther, really good Machop. It's an amazing place. If you can get there, go there. This is the big shopping centre, it kind of has the overspill. So you get some good Bulbasaurs and all sorts of starters there. At the minute, I want to prove a point. We're in the middle of the channel, so I'll just show you on my phone. If I can get it to work, it's not going to work. There we go. Go to the maps. So we are sailing through this small gap leaving Portsmouth Harbour right now. And even here, you get spawns right in the middle. And the reason for that is because this is used so much. With the Gosport Ferry going across, with these ferries going across, there's enough phone usage that here, even in the middle of the sea, you get spawns. So we can't do anything here, and in fact we need to wait until we're a good couple of miles off the Isle of Wight before we can do anything. So I'm not going to do any Pokemon now. I was hoping to do this outside where there's good GPS signal. I could talk properly without feeling really self-conscious about the people around. It turns out the signal there for the Wi-Fi is just non-existent, you can't use it. So I found a quiet bit. This is one of the cafes. There's very few people around. There's a guy around the corner asleep, so I'm trying to be quite quiet, but I've got Wi-Fi. The bad news is it's really bad. I'm just doing a speed test. I've got 0.16 up and 0.1 down. Who knows if that will be okay. I've got the screen record going, it keeps dropping out, so bear with me. I'm going to load up the map and show you where we are now. So hopefully you can see that on the screen share. If not, it's here. We're probably 20 miles offshore now. This should be fairly safe, but we are right on the shipping lane. So fingers crossed. But hopefully we're far enough from any spawns by now. So we'll give this a go. Let's get into Pokemon. So give it a chance to settle. It's all gone green. Okay, we're back at the sea. And we're running along the sea. Excellent. So that's all good. Right, items. I've cleared everything out. I've got a few max potions and revives, but I've got as many Pokeballs as I can carry because obviously I'm not going to top those up here. And I've got 8 incenses, which I've lost. Where are they? Okay. So let's start the incense, see what happens. I've made sure that my man is walking towards us, because at this speed sometimes the incenses can just drop back. So I think we're communicating with the server. Let's see how this goes. Okay, the incense has started. There's the first one. Okay, first incense. We have a female Nidoran. Get that. I'm not going to try and catch everything. In fact, I don't need a great ball for that. I can just use a normal one. 1, 2, 3. First catch of the trip. Now we get loads of Nidorans at work, so I'm not going to keep it. Let's get rid of that. That, even appraising it. So, I think what we'll do now is go into a little time lapse. I'll fast forward occasionally. If I see anything interesting, I'll start the screen record and show you what it is. Okay, just had spawn number 2. There's a 601 CP Drowsee. I don't need 601 CP Drowsee, we just had Halloween finish. That's definitely one I don't need. Spawn number 3, 27 minutes 50. Psyduck. A Voltorb. Very nice. Bellsprout. This is looking good. There's no reason why a Bellsprout should be here. Another Drowsee, that's second Drowsee. Staryu. Krabby. Another water one. Another Staryu. That's 2 Drowsees and 2 Staryus. It's not looking completely random. Awesome. Machop. So Machop is one of the 3 Pokemon I need. Pikachu, that's a good one. Diglett digging in the sea. That's crazy. Paris.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to come along to a wine tasting session, it is now taking place at the boutique Monts et Merveilles on deck number 7. Thank you.
Wine tasting and Pokemon. That's the way to play. Tentacool. Oddish, 738, he's worth catching. Magnemite, again, common around Portsmouth. So, we're halfway through now. We're just catching. We're halfway through, and it's inconclusive. We've seen a couple of Drowsees, we've seen a couple of local ones like Magnemite and Voltorb, but we've also seen Machop and others, Oddish, that aren't anything you'd expect to see here. I think this needs more time. I think we need to give this a few goes and see where we end up. It's another Paris. That doesn't look quite as random as we might hope. Next one's appeared. It's another water Pokemon. Yes, I am a passenger. Shelder. Now that has no right to be in the water. Ponyta. Next one, Sandshrew. Next one, I've caught a few of these in Portsmouth. Doduo. Nidoran M, CP35. Worth throwing a ball at. That sounded terrible. Polywag. We haven't had one of those before, but it is a water one. Suspicious. It's another Staryu. We've had a lot of these now. Exeggcue. Love Exeggcue. The Execcues have gone out 3 times now. This is my 3rd attempt. I'll catch this, and I'm sure the next one will spawn pretty much straight away. In fact, it has already spawned. It's disappeared into this distance. It's a Machop. I need these Machops. Very happy to see another one. Stop dodging. Absolute nightmare. The Wi-Fi just glitched out and my Machop errored away. I've lost him. And my Incense is gone. That was my last Incense. So what we've got, let's look at the journal. There's a lot that I let go. The journal's struggling to load, the Wi-Fi is that slow. I think you might have to do this back on land. No, there we go. It's got Exeggcue, Paris, Polywag, Nidoran, Rattata, Doduo, Sandshrew, Shelder, Staryu, Paris, Magnemite, Oddish, Tentacool, Diglett, Pikachu, Machop, Staryu, Bellsprout, Voltorb, Psyduck, Nidoran, and just before we left I got an Onyx. I was very pleased with that. And a Charmander. Those three were back in port. Bulbasaur's not finding any candy at this speed, unfortunately, but we got one in port, that's fine. So, we had a lot of Staryus, we had quite a few water ones, so I'm not convinced this is completely random. We haven't had anything that's like tier 1, we haven't had any late evolutions. It's been a really good mix of kind of what you'd expect to get out of a 5k egg. So does it work? We'll give it another couple of tries. I'm not going to do it straight away, so I'll reappear probably in a different location. I'm going to have a pen and paper, I'm going to write down everything I've done and upload it to Reddit. Before I go, I'll quickly switch screens and show you where we are. So this is Google Maps. You can see we are still very close to the shipping lane. I'll zoom out, so we're probably 200 metres off where the shipping lane is, but we are in the middle of nowhere. I'll just zoom out. There we go, there's England. We're a third of the way across. We've got about 4 hours left of the crossing. So we can run this 2 or 3 more times, have lunch, and then we'll be in France. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm just loading up my phone for a third session. Still Halloween according to the loading screen. Today's November the 4th, so we're a couple of days after that. We're about 2/3 of the way across now. I'm going to drop the Incense now and explain where I am. And Incense is running. So the question was, is it completely random when you end up in the middle of the sea? And I don't think it is. That's not the first Cubone I've had. It's certainly not the first one I'm going to catch either. I do not need more Cubones, just writing it down, after the Halloween event. So, it's not as bad as if I was using Incense in the middle of the countryside. It's not full of Weedles and Pidgeys and Rattatas and things. It's the kind of stuff I'd expect out of a 5k egg. We've had a couple of good ones. We've had a Slowbro, we've had a Lickitung, but we've also had lots of Staryus. We've had lots of other water ones, Psyduck. Had a couple of Ekans, Nidorans. I'm yet to see a Dragonite. I'm yet to see a Snorlax. I'm yet to see anything that tells me this is the way to get the rare Pokemon. Let's see what's next. Oh, just popped up. It's Bellsprout. Again, it's a good Pokemon. It's not a Weedle though. Sorry, I'll say that again. It's not a Weedle, it's not a Pidgey, it's good. But it's not mind-blowing. It's not something that's evolved. That Bellsprout is very typical of what I've seen. It's the kind of Pokemon that you want to try and catch. A lot of people will be really pleased with it. Yeah, I'm not going for all the ones that are high CP because I can't afford to waste the balls on something that I only want to grab for candy. But they're good Pokemon. They're just not amazing Pokemon. Okay, next one's popped up. It's another Oddish. We've had an Oddish. If it was completely random, I don't think I'd expect to see multiple Oddishes. I'd expect to see a Vileplume as likely as an Oddish if it was completely random. So I'll upload the results to the Silph Road Reddit, see what people think, but I'm sceptical. This is where half the people get really excited. They go, wow, it's Mr. Mime, and it's where I go, oh no, another Mr. Mime. I'm going to get rid of this. I do not need another Mr. Mime. My last Machop, if I can catch this, that's another one in a Pokédex. I've only got 2 to go after that. I need this one. There we go. Got him. 99 candies. Straight in the shredder. Not going to praise him because I've got the perfect Machop to evolve. So that's good. Psyduck, another water one. So it's not to say you don't get Rattatas. This is not the first Rattata. I'm sure it won't be the last. But at least they're not that common. Zubat. Another Growlithe. I always like Growlithes. Need lots of those. I've only got one Arcanine. This is where I really start to doubt things. Another good Exeggcue. I like Exeggcutes. Krabby. Ponyta. Voltorb. Another Oddish. Another Oddish. Something new. A Mankey. Another first. Vulpix. Ekans number 3. Another Doduo. Pikachu. Another Ponyta. This one, 1134. Bellsprout. Goldeen. Possibly the last one this session. Another Vulpix. You know the internet's gone down a little bit when suddenly you hit land. The sea only generates when it knows the sea. I wonder if there's something in that. Maybe if you're on land and you do this, you get a different result. I was about to turn the camera off, but it's worth mentioning. That's that one run out. I think I know where this is going. I know where I'm going. It's just over there. It's the canteen. I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to do another session while I eat. I'm not going to film it. And then I'll come back and look at the results. So I've got plenty of data now. We've done 4 incenses and I think it's quite clear what's going on. Hardly any Weedles, but hardly anything exciting either. It feels like your kind of standard 5k egg. The ones that are common in a 5k egg, they pop up and you go, They're the ones that I've been seeing. I've been a lot of Nidoran, a lot of Bellsprout, a few Machops, that kind of thing. I think we can draw a conclusion from that. It's better using Incense here, but it's not the mythical, all the big Snorlaxes and the like, Dragonites. It's not that great. The ferry's just put its brakes on the thing. Everything's just like vibrating. We're getting quite close to France now. So we're going to go freshen up, we're going to get in the car and we're going to do some exploring in France. This route across is the same route that the D-Day soldiers took over 70 years ago. And the first thing we're going to do in France, we're going to look at one of the German bunkers. So stick around and we'll show you some of that. And then this evening we're coming back. So there'll be a little bit there as well. So see you in a moment. So this doesn't become the longest vlog in the world. I'm going to do a voiceover and show some highlights. We got off the ferry and we went to a museum based at a German command bunker that was used in the defence of France for D-Day. We saw some tanks. We saw the boat. I showed where we were in relation to DJ on a huge map, but just looked like a weather presenter. After that, it rained. But we went and found the geocache that I wanted to, which was tied to a tree. Once inside the box, we had to solve a cryptext to get into the log. I tried to solve it and failed, so I handed it over to my friend. He solved it on the 3rd attempt. This was one of the coolest caches I found. After that, we went and did some shopping at the nearby hypermarket, and I found a level 7 gym. I decided to train up the gym to level 8. I thought this would be really easy and really quick, but I did the newbie mistake of trying to defeat every single Pokemon in the gym. I should have just taken the Flareons out with a low power Vaporeon. That would have been much quicker. Having got my Snorlax in, I thought I'd be there for ages, but it turned out I was there for half an hour before it got taken over. We then went back to the port and caught the night ferry home. Driving on the ferry sounds awesome at 4 times speed. At this point, I still didn't know what was going on, but later that day, I had an epiphany, and it came out of pure fluke. As we sailed into Portsmouth, the sun was rising. I drove home, did some maths, and came up with this chart. So here's the data, and it's fairly clear from the chart it's not random. We got 9 Nidoran males, we got 7 Bellsprouts and 7 Staryus. We got 6 each of Magnemites, Oddish, Polywag and Psyduck. Of 132 Pokemon spawned, there are 46 species. You'd expect a lot more species and a peak of only 2 or 3 Pokemon if it was completely random. I tried to work out what this meant. I asked my wife what we were doing that day, and she said she wanted to go shopping, back where the ferry left from. Do you remember the big shopping centre with the large tower? Well, that's where we went. And of course, at the shopping centre, I started playing Pokemon. The Pokemon I saw were Pokemon I'd already seen, all the way across to France. Tentacool, I caught one of those. There's a Mankey, a Sandshrew. Definitely seen those. In fact, everything on the sightings list is stuff that I've seen. And I think this is where the answer lies. I don't know how to analyse this statistically. I only did sightings for about half an hour while I was there. But it looked like every time I saw what was around at Gunwolf Keys, it was exactly the same as what I've seen on the crossing. So my theory is that whatever biome exists here exists all the way across the channel to France, the 100-mile crossing. If anyone can do proper statistics on this, or if you have any theories, let me know, but I hope this has been useful information. Before I leave, there's something else worth mentioning. When you look at the Pokemon you have, at the bottom there's always a little thing that says where you've caught it. This is one I caught at the port in France. It just says France, no more details than that. This is one from an egg near my house in Romsey. And this is one I caught in the channel. Nothing. It's completely blank, it has no location. Make of that what you will. If you found this useful, like, share, talk about it on Reddit, but thanks for watching.